Gaming Casuals here, bringing some more Space Engineers and the Wrong Move Requiem scenario. Alright guys, as you can see, I've been doing some work on our dropship, trying to get this armor sorted out, and as you see, also had a bit of fun, if I turn all this off for a minute, by also including like these grids, just to be able to see the status of things like oxygen and hydrogen in our tanks from outside of any armor, and trying to block everything in. As you see as well, I've also taken off a lot of the engines, basically because I've utilised a calculator, and I've actually figured out that these 3 engines here are going to be way more than enough for us. Well, as I'm getting into the cockpit and sorting things out, do remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell, and leave us that nice comment below. Alright, so if we go thrusters and we select them all, hold on, why is that not? Sorry, give me a minute. There we go, that's what I was after. Yeah, as you can see, so at the moment we've got about a 1 meganewton of thrust at least in each of the 4 directions shown there. Yeah, we do need left and right, which I will eventually build in. But for now, as you can see, I've also got some rail guns in, I've also got some Gatling guns in for defense, and I chose red as a colour because it just stands out to our normal sort of like blue sort of scheme. I like the red, to be honest with you, and it's sort of like the sci-fi armour as well. We've got Mark II turrets on the top there. I mean, and I was thinking about adding in a 3rd turret, which I can now do. Oh, and as you can see, I've also replaced the gyroscopes with 1 large gyroscope there. So in terms of turrets, yeah, I can now do that. I can now add in because I really want to get in a, no, not the auto cannon, yeah, like the assault cannon. You know, I was thinking maybe like one right in the middle, maybe there. So I think what we're gonna have to do is, first of all, what do we need? We just need a small conveyor. So we'll get that in there. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, we'll get that in there like that. I think we need, yeah, 2 there. So we probably need a 3rd, actually, thinking about it. This one here, we're going to need to use the one with the armor, because it's going to go in within this armor panel here, and then that can just like sit on top. At least it should be able to sit on top. What's stopping it? Oh, I see. It's that block there that's stopping it. So, okay. So we'll move it forward a bit. That's easier to do, because what we can then do is we can go like this. Now, I did say I was going to try and get a lot of this done, and I apologise that I've not got it all done. Just as things go, you know, life getting in the way as usual. You know, things happening that I needed to take care of that were unfortunately a nuisance interruptus into the attempt to get things done in Space Engineers. So there we go. So sort of getting that in place there. going to use an inverted block in the corners here to be able to get that nice smooth transition going on. And then that creates our a nice platform here for us to be able to use. And I think what I'm going to then do is I'm going to use a plate here. Maybe there's a half plate somewhere. Where is it? No. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. I know. No, it's close, but it's not the one I want. That's the one I want. So it sort of like looks like it's like also welded onto our railgun. So right, the next thing I want to do is I want to see if I can actually add a camera on here, because with the railguns I really want a camera to be able to help me to line them up for combat, so that I can get a good clean sniper shot, which we will probably need if we go against like coalition ships and things like that. And I'm going to add onto our drive unit a pair of railgun as well, so that we've got the 2 kilometer shot from that. And there's another mod that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to replace that gyroscope with a connector, and then have or have a connector underneath with an extendable arm that will connect to like one of these ports, so that we can then feed to whatever's on here, and then we can have another connector on that. Another like series of conveyors. I think I'm going to rebuild this completely, because I'm not happy with how it looks. I mean, it's good, but it just looks like a giant brick at the moment. Whereas this, on the other hand, I love how this has come out. I mean, I like the secret camera in there. Yeah. It then allows us to now mimic what I've done over here on the other side, which, as you can see, I've also got like a little conveyor on here. I thought, that'd be great. We could just come over here, we can click on it, maybe grab any of the small parts we need rather than trying to get underneath. Gives us that accessibility, if I can actually speak English this morning. So all that was just simply a small inset connector, like say. Which way around did I have that? Probably that way around, because I think what I was thinking is if I need to, I could connect to there. So that's that bit sorted out. So I can now get rid of that, bring in the barred window, which is what I used here, which has got a bit of girder on it. Hold on. What? How comes I've got that there? On that side. That's on that side. Oh, okay, I see. That's on backwards. The O2 tank is on backwards, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let's replace that. Get it the right way round. O2 tanks. There's the oxygen tank. There we go. get that the correct way around. Oh, don't want to turn off my radio. I use that texture there. There we go. So we've now got both of those indicator panels in an area where we can get to it. And then as you can see, I sort of like used light armor slope transition there. Got a smaller one there with a block behind it to be able to then add in our barred windows, because we need to now re-add that in. So let's go here, add in our red on the sci-fi armor. Wrong one, that one there. So one that there, one that there, one a block there. And all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to make it so that I can, if I need to, I can get rid of the barred window because we've already utilised everything. Okay, then most of this is simply just a case of repeating what we got on this side. So make this a little easier on me. I'm going to then, you guys can't see this, but I'm going to use my mobile phone as a means to be able to take a snapshot of that. So I can then come around the other side here and begin work on mirroring everything that we've done, or I've done. Whatever. So let's see. That goes. Now, how did I do this? I did. Because right here, for example, I used a bit of block like that to be able to get the no, that's wrong. That's wrong. That wasn't the block I used. Now, I did use that block there, but what I used was that. Just to be able to sort of like fill in the gap there, and then no, wrong one. Is the right one? Is this one? Is that one there? No, because it was flat, and then it ducks down. So it was most likely that one. There we go.
Energy low.
No, that wouldn't be right either. Hold on. Which one did I use? Light armor slope base. Okay. That's why it didn't look right. So I was right. It was in one of these. So we can get the rotation right. So yeah, that would have been correct for that. And that, I'm pretty sure now, would have been just simply like that. And then we want the base mirrored on the other side, like so. So as you see, we now got that. I couldn't really get a very nice like flat surface, but you know, you do with what you're given in this game, I guess. You know, you roll with whatever punch you get. So yeah, that needs to be like that. And then simply put, this is just a series of so all in all we're doing really is we're just now putting everything in place so that when we go salvaging, we can use this rig as yeah, that's my intention anyway.
Energy
because
critical.
at the end of it all, okay, not sure what's going on there. At the end of it all, we really need a way of moving around a little bit more quickly. Okay, let's go get some energy and some O2, which seems to be desperate for. Let's continue building. As you can see, it is starting to look more like a ship that we would expect to see. And I mean, what with having an assault cannon, and we've got the 2 Gatling guns type 2s. We've got 4 Gatling guns on the front, and we've got some rail guns. Once we get the correct materials to be able to make ammo and stuff like that, we shouldn't have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem at all. So I'm sort of looking forward to that, really. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay. Right, just trying to remember how I did this bit here. Did something like that. And actually have to look on the other side. Yeah, I did that, and then what's that? Light on the slope base corners. There and there. Okay, so I think we've got this going. Okay. Keep on hitting V now. What's the problem? We're out of something. Yeah, we're out of sheet steel. Blimey. I've been out of sheet steel for a while actually, so that's actually that's actually a new one. Alright, let's bring over a couple of 100 units. That should do us nicely. Oh yeah, the reason for this rib down the back here was I needed to get some of the superconductors out of here to be able to finish off the rail guns, to make it look the way it should do. Okay. That one like that. That one like that. And then just use the two. We use the 2x1s, like say. Hey, that ain't right. What's going on here? That's flat. Oh, bother. Okay, so slight error on my behalf there. That is flat there. Then it comes to the 2x1 slope, which we then finish off with a half slope in there. So that gives us that nice round finish we got there. Let's see what we got there. Base mirrored into... Yeah, that was right. So what we got is that there, and then in there is one of these base mirror jobbies. I think it's the... I think it's... Yeah, that's just that one. There we go. And then... I think that is... This one here is the base mirror, if I can actually locate it. No, it's not. Actually, yeah, what is that part now? I'm a bit confused on that one. Oh, the slope corner, of course, and then... Yeah, then it sort of comes into that bit there. Okay. Because that's in this particular area. Where is it? There we go. That comes in nicely there. And then we finish that off with the slope corner light there. So that sort of creates that nice round. What's going on here? Second one and the top one. Right, that's all flats, and then that's, yeah. So that was all flats there. Oh, done it again. There we go. Then we got the that going like that. Slope on armor transition. Hey. Slope transition and then square slope. Slope transition is that one. And then the square slope again is under 6, which is this one here. There we go. So that's now got that mirrored. So the only thing I've got left to do is the underside of this, which, as you see, is sort of like a work in progress at the moment. So again, we've got the 2x1s, and then the half slopes going in there. So how did I do that? Yeah, just simply, yeah. Because I think if I recall rightly, what I did to begin with was I went sort of like this to sort of like work out where I am. And then from there, it was a case of easily just going, yeah, that was it. Get the correct keys. Like that. Then I knew that is that. I can then go easily like that. And then build that up. So there we go. That's nicely built there. We can now bring across the armor. I think I put in a block I didn't want to put in. There we go. So there we have that. That's perfect. Right. Now, how do I do what's coming next? Do I... Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do here is something like this on either side of our engine, which I'm also going to use as sort of like a landing pad. Because if you guys remember from the intro for Space Engineers, there is actually a ship that actually comes in the dock at Green Base, which actually does exactly the same thing. It just comes in and it lands on its struts. So why can't we do that? ... I mean, it'd be interesting to find out whether we can. So let's bring... Oops. Bring that in like that. Yeah, that's doing nicely at the moment. As you guys can guess, at this sort of stage now, I'm sort of just working this out as I'm going along. Trying to get this armor in place so that we're a bit more protected. So when we do go against something, we have that defense. I think that sort of looks really good. I mean, yeah, that's the same sort of level, so I can't really do anything else there. I mean, I suppose I could just maybe change that up so it's just a half-light block in there. So it sort of stands out, looks like it's supporting this thruster. I mean, I know there's that minute little gap there, but I mean, I can live with that, you know. I know it's there, but I know to overlook it. Right, so now we've just got to fill in these two sides, which shouldn't be difficult. I mean, I've already made a start of it here. As you can see, I've got in slope corner light armor tip, if I can actually speak, and there's sloped corner there.
Energy
followed with an
low.
inverted. So let's just get those in, and then we'll go and grab the armor, the energy that we need, because we are running low. Okay, so nope, I'm in the wrong one. That would make a difference there. Okay, so we've got that in there. And we want that slope jobby, which is that one there. And then it's in this group here. We've got this inverted corner. So that goes in nicely there. So whilst that's just building up, let's grab our resources. I am curious why our oxygen... Ah, there we go. Oxygen and hydrogen. We need to replace that. So... oxygen. Why are you not taking my tank? You are on auto refill, so why are you not taking my tank? Or do I have to put it in here and let the Izzy script just deal with that? We'll take these two fresh ones. Yeah, it looks like Izzy script's dealing with all that. Okay, so we're back here. Okay, so we do need a way of being able to come around this corner, so I think we're going to need... probably the mirror image there, so the transition tip mirrored. Yeah, so we've got that bit in there. This one's probably going to be a little bit more a tricky one. So that bit's good, but this side is not. Let's try the base one. Base one probably might be, no, maybe not as well. Okay. Solution's not in that one. Okay. No, not that one. There's usually a solution somewhere in here. Aha! So the light armor square slope corner base. Okay, so that one works. So that's one potential solution. We're back round to there. So that's we'll go there. That's not going to do it. No, definitely not. Nope. So maybe, possibly, no, yeah, no, no, yeah, no. One of the above. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I think that's going to be our only lifeline, really, is that one particular block that we found. Yeah. Where was it? That one there. There we go. So we've got that little transition there going, so that's not too bad. It's probably going to be one of these bad boys like that, maybe. Yeah. Could. So I'm just going to turn myself around so I can get another look at this from a different perspective. If I can stop flying around as much as I am. I wonder if there's one that goes from here to that corner there. This is basically my thought process. Is I'm sort of like trying to find a way of getting around the problem. Yeah, on that one. Five gives that one 6. What we got in here? Perfect. That's what I wanted. Yeah, because I sort of wanted that so that I could do something along this sort of lines, and then sort of like drop that into sort of like a smooth, like right here. So maybe something like that. So that sort of mirrors like the top end there, and then we can then throw that in there, throw another one of those transitions. No, wrong. No, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. That would be, in this case, I think that would be this one. Nope. Wrong one. Wrong one. Have I got a solution? No, I don't have a solution on that side. So, what did I use on this side as a solution? When from there to one of those base. Alright, so that is actually in this section. There we go. So that's got that in there. So that then leads us to a triangular piece. What? How am I going to do with that? That went straight up there and then down there. Okay, yeah, because we've got a different layout here. Okay, let's work from this side here, because otherwise we're going to get lost in what we need there in this bit here. I don't think there's a bit that goes in there. Goes up like that. Slope transition. Bingo. So that then gives us that. Sort of nice finish there. Gives us a nice slope at the front. Gives us that. It's a bit more of an aerodynamic look, I guess you could say. What the hell? Okay, I get it. Went from that to that. I'm just wondering if we can make that any better, but sort of like the jagged look. It's sort of reminiscent to oh, what is it called? There was a ship I remember where it had like a lot of this sort of a this sort of concept, this sort of all these jankies, I guess you could say. Alright, so that goes in there. Then what went behind that? Square slope corner base. That was what, 6 I think it was. Which is that one there. Boom. Just sort of trying to quickly mirror this out so we can actually go do a bit of hunting. So what we've got here, slope corner, and then that light one underneath it. Slope corner. Now where the heck was that? He says, immediately finding it. I mean, no, that was kind of comical actually. I mean, not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to find it that fast. But there we go. Let's see. Slope armored transition. Those are light armored blocks. Oh, slope armored. Hey. Slope transition. Just simply call it a slope transition. Okay. Slope transition. That'll be that jobby, but I think we want the mirrored one. There we go. And then What do we need? Slope there and a slope transition base there. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Slope transition base mirrored? Was it slope transition base period? What?
Energy low.
How comes that doesn't marry? On to the right of that, okay. Slope transition base. And then a corner tip on there. Okay. Bingo, there we go. That goes like that. That goes like that. That goes like that. That goes like that. Then that goes in there. Boom. Okay, so at least we've got that sorted out, and then later on in the days we can make her look more pretty as we go along, I guess, and you know, we got that going for us. Alright, so that's the front end done. I've now got to bring it backwards. Alright. Got nowhere to dock this at the moment because we've got that on there. Alright, tell you what, let's move the TT-15 into the hangar. At least then that way we've got a point where we can dock up for the moment. Alright. I am going to figure out how we're going to use those with this, but okay, I think for right now. Oops. Whoa. She is quite a nimble mink, so I'll give her that. Oh yeah, we haven't added in all the other thrusters. No wonder she's drifting. Oh bother. There we go. And that's the great thing about these Aurelus ones. With the actual slope, it blends in, so it actually looks like it's part of the ship, which I think is quite nice. So there we go. Now we're not veering off God knows where. We could probably actually figure out. There we go. I know I've still got to sort out all of this toolbar, but for now, this is just a means to an end to be able to dock up and also to gear up as well, because at the moment there we go. We've got some weapons. Sorry, we've got some ammo in our weapon systems, but we do need to do all of them. So if we go Gatling, you see not all of them have got the ammo in it. It is actually Gatling ammo. So for some reason I can't see the wood for the trees at the moment. Gatling ammo, apparently there's load in here. There's assault cannon shells. Nope. Alright, where is it? ... Answers on postcard. Can't find it for looking. Alright. So I'm gonna take from Peter to feed Paul. Gatling turret. What? I thought I hooked these guys up. Oh no, I haven't, and I've blocked our access. Oh no. The only other way I can do this is to feed it through the reactors. It's the only way I can get around this. So, do that, do that, and then do that. Turn that around. Boom, 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 boom. That's the turrets are now feedable. Or at least they will be as soon as all of that has been built. Okay, so the Warfare Gatling turrets on the front, the fixed ones are ammo. So to the two turrets and the rotary Puff the Magic Dragons, they've got the ammo as well. So next would be assault cannon turret. So okay. Now, I know I saw something here. So we can max that out. So that's got a ton of ammo in it as well. So at least we have filled the turrets with some ammo. I think next thing to do actually would be cargo. Really need to sort out number conventions on this as well. So we go Gatling again. We'll move. Yeah, 200 crates of that. And then all the assault into there. Ah, but of course, I forgot. This can all be moved back unless I do that as quickly as possible. Okay. Are you... Okay. Actually, what is that? That's 7. Just so I know what to hit as fast as possible on our way out. Right, hopefully I've done that fast enough. Yes. So we now got a full store of cargo as well, so we are good to go. I think we're connected. No, we're not connected. There we go. So at least we're connected up now. We've got ammo. Just need to finish off building the armor around the ship, which should be relatively easy from this point on. He says, hopefully. This is sort of what I mean. Sometimes it can be a bit challenging. When you're building that in as slope, if you imagine it would be built like that in real life. Oh, it's because of that. Okay. That makes more sense now. Oh, I'm out of steel plate again. Alright. So, put that side up. Need to build through here. Just to shear that up. That goes like that. That goes like that. Oh, hold on. What the? Please tell me those have been the correct block all the way through. Otherwise I'm going to have to tear that all apart. Thank the Lord. Hey. So we do have to shear that up then. Just to be able to make it appear. Oh. So that goes in like that. Most of this should be easy. We could just cover this over with the armor plating. Actually, yeah. How are we going to do this? This is the next bit. I think the easiest way is going to be like that, and then you have a block in there. So we're going to have to. Oops. Create a shore of them there. And there. So that's going to be like our support line, if you will. If we yeah, because that's got to go across there. Yeah, that's right. Oh, this is going to look awesome. Oops. I don't keep on bodging it though in the process. Mind you, I am human. Even though half the world thinks that I'm actually a bot and that I should, yeah, I'm able to do everything perfectly all the time, but, you know, there we go. Such is life. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do this again. I really did like that over there, so I think I'm going to do it again over here, where we can keep an eye on the battery levels. the one there. Do the same on the other side. Having to build it up like this at this point, but when we get the other armor blocks in here, that should support it all. You know what? I think I'm going to have to just take as much as I can carry on the steel plate because I'm using tons of the stuff at the moment. Whoa! Why did I do that? Chase it down. Whee! Okay. Too many mistakes there. Right, okay. Oh, that's been got. Right, okay, so get that in there. There we go. So we can now see through. We can, you know, and it also gives like the idea of like ventilation, sort of to cool down the batteries, something like that. I don't know, some sort of nonsense that we can come up with an excuse for later. I think now I'm here, I'm going to modify this top line because I think I'm going to go back to utilising the 2x1x1 slope. Because what I want to do is, yeah, there it is. There's that little corner piece there, and then we can come along like that. And go back to the 2x1, and then fill in like the gap there. When we had to put in that section for the turrets to be able to be
Energy low.
have the ammo feed, and basically I haven't done this side around the engine mount. Yeah, so I haven't done this bit here yet. But wow. She's come a long way. I mean, yeah, the bottom is kind of flat, but I could do something with that. I'll probably put like some ribbing in or something like that to, you know, maybe sort of like splay it around, bring it to the front, so that there's like some extra like area for landing on. I don't know. I'll figure something out for that. That's to be sure. Actually, one thing I can do here. Actually, if I take that out there and that bit out there, do I still have them? No, I don't have it in my toolbar. But if I come out of here, go these killers blocks. Go 1 SG. Oh, it's 3 blocks. Not a problem. So we can go 3 blocks, and we can put in a 1x1. Oh, sorry, a 1 block landing gear in there. So when we come to land, we've got something to magnetically lock onto any surface as well. So, after yet another interruptus, what I'm going to do then, guys, I think in this case is, yeah, let's finish this off. Yeah, we'll figure out where we need to be. So
Energy critical.
yeah, that's about where we need to be. Is the Gatling gun. So actually, how did I do that? So Gatling gun.
Meteor storm inbound.
Right, so we've got the half slope going up that way. Okay. So it means we need to take off this top section here. Like we did on the other side. Replace it. Oh, sounds like our turrets are just trying to take out those meteors. Hey. Wish I could have seen that. That would have been cool. Alright. So yeah, get that in there like that.
No energy.
Oh, out of energy. She did say, she did warn us. Although I'm not sure why not having energy actually affects our health. I mean, unless it's like the coolant systems, so you start freezing and all that sort of thing. At least that's my guess anyway. I mean, it's an educated guess, but there we go. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away. I'm going to finish off around the dorsal ventral engine pods, and I'm going to figure out something to do with this back end here. And then I think next episode we will go salvaging. I know I said I was going to do it this episode, but I really needed to finish off armouring up so that we can then move on to, well, whatever's next. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you join me next time on Arcangelus Gaming, where, like I say, I'll actually start doing some other stuff. Okay, well, have a great day, guys. Yeah, remember to be your brother's keeper. Remember to love your neighbour. And I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.